You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty. Only on Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM.
The views and opinions of the host and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the position of the management and staff of Guardian Network.
They say the sun and I shine the world.
Talking Heads with Naughty is brought to you by Burger King, the Cancer Treatment Centers of America, the Cleveland Clinic, Eddie Minnis Live, BSC Distributors Limited, Fine Threads, John's Department Store, Dorcas Wild, KFC, Naughty Johnny's, Percy's and Games, Prince Masters, and Tropical Gyros.
Oh, no, 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 no. Baby, tell me where you gone. I've been feeling for your love so long. We can praise God in the moonlight. Baby, if you with me, better do right. And I've been gone too long. And I'm hoping that you sing my song. I've been on this road for way too long.
We're back at you on the Friday, September 6th edition of Talking Heads. One Naughty Company right up until 6 p.m. It's the weekend, baby. And that's what I'm talking about. And it starts off right. Great football game last night. You know, it's all about this time of year for me. I chase this time of year. So when we hit September and football playing, things good. All is right in the world with me. Well, for the most part. But in the real world, whoo, Jesus, we got a lot to talk about. But like I said, it is the Friday edition. And we will be opening up the lines on the flip side of the break. Because like I said, we got lots to talk about. But before we get to all of that, you know, I like to keep you in the know, get you where you want to go. Got a little FYI for you. Don't forget, if you have a Japanese import vehicle or are no longer able to listen to radio, news, talk, and music content on Guardian Radio, then you got to get in touch with the Hit Spot, all right? They're offering a $79.99 special, VAT included, all right, for the band extender equipment and installation during the month of September. All right, you mentioned this ad, you're going to get the discounted rate over there at the Hit Spot. Let them know you heard it on Guardian Radio. Let them know you heard it on Talking Heads. They're going to give you that special, that discount. $79.99, VAT included. Band extender equipment and installation. All right? During the month of September only. So be sure to check them out on that. All right? I know it's like a bang go out on you. Bada bing, bada boom. You're hearing all kind of foolishness. Not what you want to hear. So be sure to check out the Hit Spot. All right? All right. Now, like I said, we got lots to talk about today. And if you want to chime in, if you want to be a talking head,
here's how you can become a talking head. Brought to you by BTC.
Text lines are wide open and they're powered by BTC, 422-GR96. That's 422-4796. Phone lines are open in New Providence, 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4259. Toll free in any one of the Family Islands, 242-300, 5720. BTC Flow Channel 612, Cable Channel 969, and of course, stream us live. Take us wherever you want to go, GuardianTalkRadio.com. That's GuardianTalkRadio.com. And like I said, feel free to chime on in. We're going to open up the lines. We're going to talk about anything that you want to talk about. Obviously, I'm going to mention some of the big things that popped up during the past week that just, you know, brought out many red flags and some that you might have missed. Because there were a lot of sensational headlines, but some things that slipped to the back page you might want to check out as well. And of course, like I said, if we're going to chat about it and we're going to talk about what's going on, then we need to check out the headlines.
It's time for Headliners. Everything that's making headlines in the 242. Brought to you by the Fine Threads.
And be sure to check out Fine Threads. They got that huge back to college sale going on for you. All right? You definitely want to take advantage of that. 40% off while supplies last on shorts, jeans, casual shoes. All right? Be sure to check them out. All Fine Thread locations. Top of Hill, Mackey Street, the flagship store, and the Southwest Shopping Plaza location. Or simply check them out online, finethreads.com. Do your shopping online, then arrange for pickup at any one of those convenient Fine Thread locations. All right. Oh, Lord, listen here. You all just say, my goodness. What's going on here? We're going to have, on the flip side of the break, Texas, who just hit me, I will deal with that disabled situation. My God. And from opposite ends of the island. So, let's jump on in. His was blazing up the page 44, all budget request by Fine Threads. Water and Sewage GM appeared to have bias for vendor. Auditor identified conflicts in relation to contracts. Story by Travis Cartwright-Carroll. An internal auditor at the Water and Sewage Corporation testified yesterday that she found potential conflicts of interest in contracts awarded to companies under the Minnis administration, and said the corporation's former general manager appeared to have a bias for one of the vendors he also collected a check on behalf of in 2019. Water and Sewage Corporation Assistant General Manager Diane Saunders Adderley, who heads the Internal Control, Complaints, Risk, and Legal Affairs, resumed her testimony during the trial of Long Island MP Adrian Gibson, former Water and Sewage Corporation General Manager Edward Donaldson, and 3 others. So we'll see how that continues to play out. Public schools grappling with acute teacher shortages in key areas, director says. Story by Tanika Thompson. Public school system is grappling with acute teacher shortages in several subjects, including language arts and mathematics. Director of Education Dominique McCartney-Russell said yesterday. As a way to combat the shortages, McCartney-Russell said the government is willing to train general teachers to become specialist instructors. We have acute shortages in PE, physical education, in music, language arts, and math, especially math. So we always are looking for opportunities to bring in qualified persons, and our recruitment team, they're still assiduously working to identify persons. In fact, where there are overage, for example, generalists who may be interested in becoming a specialist, what we are proposing is that we provide the training in that specialty area so we could utilize their services, for example, in PE, music, and in art. Language and math lacking too, though. My God, where are we? And then here's another headline that I really don't want to get to this, because once again, we see this tragedy called life in the 242 play out before us every day. Man murdered on Cowpen Road. Story by Rachel Scott. A man was murdered in front of his family yesterday morning on New Providence in the country's latest murder. Police said the victim, believed to be in his early 40s, was at the Deep South Plaza at the junction of Faith Avenue and Cowpen Road after 9 a.m. when 3 masked gunmen emerged from a white vehicle and shot him. The assailants fled west on Cowpen Road. Emergency medical services declared the man dead at the scene. Officers were unable to say whether the victim was known to police. The murder is the Bahamas' 86th for the year. I need a check on our murder count. I think it's more. If I could be wrong, let me know. I mean, for some reason in my mind, I think it should be more. But that could just be me. What say you? Feel free to chime on in. But listen, I mean, this whole situation, we cannot become desensitized to it because we see it every day. Sadly, this is who we are in 2024. We have violent killings happening. Whatever the reason behind them or whatever they're connected to, that's a different story for another day. The fact is we have this happening. We cannot become desensitized and let it become part of the norm. We cannot lose focus on this fight on crime. We cannot lose focus on the amount of young Bahamian males between 18 and 30, now creeping into 40, that we're losing to these violent crimes, gun-related violent crimes. The fact that there's no remorse, regard for life, there's no conflict resolution, there's no remorse in a lot of these cases. This is where we're at. But my God, to have it happen in front of the family? How traumatized are those kids going to be for the rest of their life? How traumatized are people that witnessed it going to be for the rest of their life? Why are we so sensational that the first thing to do is spread it over social media? It's like it's another episode of Bloodsport and we just put it out there. no rhyme, no reason, not taken into consideration, regardless of the circumstances, that someone's husband, father, son, brother, cousin, nephew, friend, etc. And no one should have to go through that, finding out the death of a loved one or a close friend or associate on social media. But what effect is that going to have years later? Tax to know, I mean, we could blame administrations because administrations are part of the problem. But society's also part of the problem. We also need to get, the church involved more. We need more activists involved. We need multiple levels of society to come together and deal with this. We need the police force involved. We need all hands on deck to deal with this. This has been manifested as a huge chicken coming home to roost. Huge. But again, what effect does it have on people affected by it? Those kids, my God, how are they going to deal with that? How are they going to react later on in life? So at the end of the day, it affects us now and it affects us later. Nor do we have to blame administrations when, quote unquote, the friends of criminals or alleged friends of criminals are in power. Boy. A lot of people have a lot of questions. I cannot tell you where to lie. And this seems to be something that's been manifesting right now. And I think, we need all hands on deck because no singular entity has the answer to all of this. Anyway, that's just the front page of The Guardian today. And I'm sure you guys got plenty to chime in on. Texts, I get to all your texts on the flip side of the break. We'll open up the lines as we get into the buzz. All brought to you, of course, by John Shoes. All right, so keep it right where you got it. The Friday, September 6th edition of Talking Heads continues right after this.
These rows of flames are catching a fire.
Cancer Treatment Centers of America is now City of Hope, creating one of the leading cancer care and research networks from coast to coast, providing more of what you need. More locations means more care closer to home. More specialists means more expertise. More research means more breakthroughs. More advancements means more treatment options. Hope. Learn more at cancercenter.com.
Imagine getting full flavor without your wallet judging you. We're taking value to a newer, crunchier level with our new KFC Snack Box, packed with one piece of juicy fried chicken, crispy fries, and a buttery biscuit, all for just $5.35. Take a break and snack responsibly with a delicious, affordable KFC Snack Box. Order your new favorite deal online with Messenger or WhatsApp Hi to 557-3663 to start your KFC order today. KFC knows value, and it's finger-licking good.
Refined style with elegant taste, then Fine Threads is your place. If you want those slacks hemmed or just taking the waist, then Fine Threads is your place. If you want to look suave and debonair everywhere you go, like you're supposed to be in a video, want to step out and look great, then Fine Threads is your place. Refined style with elegant taste, then Fine Threads is your place. Is your place. Is your place.
John Shoes and Accessories is your one-stop shop for all your footwear needs. You will find what you're looking for among the growing collection of classic and trendy styles with new arrivals every week. John's covers the whole family and has great prices, helpful and friendly customer service. Your experience shopping with us will be time well spent. Shop with us online at www.johnshoes.com. John's also now carries small home appliances. So come on into John's, located on Rosetta Street and Marble Road West. John's, we at your feet.
Nassau, get ready for a night you simply won't want to miss. For the first time in over 40 years, experience an evening with Eddie Menace live at the Amphitheater, Nassau Cruiseport on Saturday, October 5th. Tickets are on sale now. Go to ticketboxevents.com or go to the Nassau Cruiseport box office located in the Junkanoo Museum. Joining Eddie on stage, Fran Sean, Gino D, Ira Stoll, and the Higher Level Band. An evening with Eddie Menace live at the Amphitheater, Nassau Cruiseport, Saturday, October 5th. Get your tickets now.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty. Only on Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM.
It's time for The Buzz. What are you buzzing on? Brought to you by John Shoes.
They say the sun and I shine for all, but the use some you never shine at all. These rows of flames are catching a fire. Tell me where you gone. I've been feeling for your love so long.
We're back at you on the Friday, September 6th edition of Talking Heads. Your boy Naughty in your company right up until 6 p.m. Pearlie will be joining us in the 5 o'clock hour. Clint will be joining us in the 5 o'clock hour. You know, we're talking sports at 5, talking NFL. Have the big kickoff game last night. We'll cover that. Great game between the Chiefs and the Ravens. Told you the Chiefs was going to get them. Told you. I told you take the over as well, too, and that went over as well. Anyhow, we'll talk more about that coming up in the 5 o'clock, though. Let me get to some of these texts real quick. The lines are open, 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4259 here in New Providence. Toll free in any one of the Family Islands, 242-300-5720, 242-300-5720. Text lines powered by BTC, 422-GR96. That's 422-4796. All right. Let's get to the text. And boy, we got lots to talk about, like I said. Naughty, they need... Okay. Wow. How many? All right, I got to scroll back up, but he was texting from the break. He texted. Mud does. Naughty, it is too hot. How do people have the energy to kill in all of this heat and jail in all of this heat? I tell you what, these people here ain't no good. Naughty, great show as usual. Which department and which year will ever pave these roads? It will be 2030 or beyond before any of these craters get paved. I agree. You got to call them craters. You can't call them potholes no more. Naughty, they need to give people 4 life sentences plus 99 years for all this murder. Naughty, is this government afraid to hang? I'm sure hanging will slow down the murders. Something has to be done. There are too many murders. So you got to come together on multiple levels, multiple facets of society, sit down at the table and try to figure out what's going on and how do we deal with it now and moving forward. Because the way it's going right now, I mean, it's just short of genocide. You see how many people we're losing? Good afternoon, Naughty. I hope you and your family are doing well. We are, and thank you. I hope you and yours are doing well. You're not wrong. I think the number is wrong. Please see if you can get the right count. That murder count seems to be off. Something has to be done about all these guns and shootings. We need something to be done about the running of red lights and creating third lanes by these drivers. Signs need to be erected with speed limits displayed and no turning on the red light. Thank you, and great show as usual. All right, well, you know, I don't know if that law has been put into place, but I'm told just like in the States how you can turn right on red, you can turn left on red here. But I get you with the people making the third lane and the third road and all of that. We do need signage. We do need penalties. They're talking about the Treasury hurting. Well, put road traffic out there, effectively. Man them with the bikes and the cars, taking people in. Get some breathalyzers out there, too. Have some drunk driving penalties, too. Let's be honest. Let's deal with it. If we're going to deal with it, then let's deal with it. Not just line them up at roadblocks conveniently to see if you can catch some offenders at the end of the month to put something in the Treasury. No. Get out there. Get them on the streets. Get them in the act. Lane violations, speeding, overtaking, all of that foolishness. There you go. And then you can tax us citizens less. Naughty, it is worse. How many people were shot this week with a high-powered weapon in an obvious attempt to kill them? But by some miracle and skill of surgeon, they survived. How many for the year? The real threat count is at least 3 times what is being reported. But every administration tries to spread this fairy tale that there's nothing to see. We keep it under 100 murders. But the truly troubling issue, my first thought when hearing of this killing was which person sitting in a high place ordered this one. We got problems galore. And you shouldn't have to let your mind wander like that, especially, it can be that option. When I become when I become PM, I can make Naughty Minister of National Security. No, make me Minister of Agriculture, please. I'll take care of the rest. They get it right. It would make money, too. Ah, Lord. What else going on? Let's get to the phone lines. Talking heads.
Naughty, what's going on, man?
Hey, what's happening, brother?
All is well, buddy. I know if you heard the previous show earlier today, it was Howard them. They had that gentleman on who was doing some stuff for Hay Street in his community.
Who, Scrooge?
I know you heard about that, right?
No, I didn't catch it. I didn't.
All right, but the whole synopsis, the whole situation is that this guy ain't got no money. Understand? I called you before, and I tell you, they gave these numbers guys opportunity to help the Bahamas. You understand? All they got is corn. This guy ain't got no money. He bring all their people together to help this community. You understand? What they doing for us? You feel me? That's why I said they should have a national lottery. Because the national lottery would have affected the Bahamas better. And these number houses, only 5 of them being allowed to operate. You feel me?
Yeah.
So I put the pressure on them now. They're all getting all type of money, man. Millions of dollars a day.
I think
that's the Bahamian people.
I think that was on CA's show, man.
Yeah, build old folks home. You understand? Build something in all these communities for children.
But listen, most of those organizations have a community arm. You never know. Maybe they could pull together on their community arms and come together and do something like this.
That's what they need to do. But let us know what they're doing, because we out here just thinking they just living their life. You feel me?
I feel
They're
you.
all just living off the field.
They got to make their own perceptions and make their own conclusions.
Exactly.
And without being totally...
You're all traveling, living life good and think positive.
Right. You don't want to jump to conclusions. You want to deal with the actual factual.
To give to y'all. That's all we can see y'all doing.
Gotcha.
You understand? Y'all building communities and things for rich people. Build communities for people, poor people, man. You understand? Let us eat too.
All right, man. Have a good one, man. Good weekend. Enjoy this football, man. All this good football. I know you should enjoy a couple of them games.
Listen to me. Kansas City cut their last night. Baltimore ain't getting nowhere.
Oh, hold on. Now you're a Kansas City Chief fan?
I don't Kansas City Chiefs fan. I'm a 49er fan, but I...
Oh, in that case, let me hang up on you now. Have a good weekend. Bye. 49er. Pah, you've said enough. Yeah, you lost me at 49er, brother. You know you are right with me, but you lost me at 49. I had to drop you there. Yeah. Whee. Okay. Listen to me. Let me deal with this. And I can't believe I have to deal with this. But here we go. You have to be some of the most inconsiderate folks out there on these roads. Okay? Ridiculous. I mean, we've dealt with some of the situations before, right? But in this case right now, this case right here is It's ridiculous. Now, Harbor Bay, y'all need to do better with this redone parking lot you've done. I don't know who designed it, but they did not take the handicap or the disabled into consideration. And I'll have guests coming on next week to discuss this, but they didn't. Some of the parking spots are now, they have less handicap, but the ones they do have are not easily accessible for disabled persons with wheelchairs. So it's gotten worse. It hasn't gotten better. And then on top of that, you still have individuals parking in the disabled parking spot. Now, I don't know where this old burgundy, rust red stair loader. Now, a stair loader, we don't have disabled people driving a stair loader. Not for my sake, not for your sake, but for God's sake. Why would they be allowed to park a stair loader in handicap and disabled parking? Where is the security to say, Memento, you know you can't park there? This is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Harbor Bay, y'all need to do better with your parking. You need to do better. And this is crazy. A stair loader? And then in another spot, a tractor? Come on, man. You got a burgundy stair loader, and then right next to it, a beige tractor? Come on, man. Y'all need to do better than that. You need to do better than that. My God. But meanwhile, we still have other individuals practicing hee-haw as well. Caller, I see you. We'll get to you in a second. Now, this is crazy. I just hope they move that container that was blocking up like 2 handicap parking and 4 parking spaces at Sandy Port Plaza. It's been a week. I called you out last week. Hopefully that's gone. Listen, Department of Inland Revenue, y'all need to stop, Y'all need to stop. Especially the gray note. AA0683. Not a lick a handicap decal. Not a lick a disabled parking decal. Not a lick. But you do have a nice little reindeer around your rearview mirror and a crucifix, so you might be Catholic. You need to go to confession early this Sunday and pray for your sins, taking the disabled handicap parking. That's what you need to do. No decal whatsoever. None. Inland Revenue. You got to stop. Another one, another big offender. Honda Civic, light gray Honda Civic, AE0486. You need to do better. All you got is that pine tree air freshener hanging around your rearview mirror. Nothing else. And here's another one in Southwest Plaza. Boy, I tell you, I could let this one slide. I can let this one slide. Let me double check. By further review, I think I might see a decal on here. So let me have a look-see and reinvestigate that one before I call them out. But yeah, y'all got to stop, man. Stay out of disabled parking. Please. It's not for you. It's not for you. Now, since people can't get the message this way, I need Pablo. I can call them off air. But send the message out now. Let Pablo and let Weatherman know Brother Naughty needs their help. I got a plan. We got to deal with the disabled parking. And we got to deal with the offenders. And I got a plan where you're going to make some money and these people going to learn to stay out of disabled parking. All right? Say no more. Texter, you just texted me. I would have cut you in on the business idea of it, but you too big a Caitlin Clark fan. So I can let you cash in with Caitlin, And I can keep this joking, man. I tell you, I can get you as a part of it too. And I appreciate you chiming in and getting everybody. Get me the photos. If you can't get them to me, get them to Mr. Producer. Just call the show and say, hey, I got some pictures I need you to get to Naughty. We will make it happen. All right? Let's go to the phone lines. Talking Heads. Talking Heads. You can call us back then. I mean, I get you when I get to you. Sorry, mate. It was too long for you to wait. Call me back. Naughty tow or flat their tires. You're onto something there, Dexter. Not the flattening of the tires, but you're onto something. You're onto something. Naughty, so much dumbness going on in this country. I don't know where to begin. The Ministry of Work needs to put traffic lights at the intersection of Gladstone and Fire Trail Roads urgently. Also at Gladstone and Carmichael, Faith Avenue South, and St. Vincent Roads. I'll wait to see what happens. Let's go back to the phone line. Talking Heads.
Hi, you Naughty.
Hey, how are you?
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday to you. What you got for me?
Listen, talking about the disabled parking, I think you need to get a word out to Southwest Plaza. They have some nice sign up there saying park in the handicap spot and your car will get booted.
They don't boot you.
They don't.
They don't boot you.
And they watching the car park there, and I'm looking at the windshield. There's no disabled sign. But there is no booting. There's no booting going on. And the security doesn't say anything. He looks at you and he drives around. So I'm guessing whoever owns that area there, you need to speak with them on that. If you say you can boot the car. You only need to boot one or two. The rest can get scared.
Correct. And then you have some security like at Scotia out west. They put cones in all the parking spaces and say, yeah, the people too rude, they should abuse it. But yet they conveniently move it for people to park in there who don't have handicapped deals or disabled deals.
Yes, they do.
And then when you tell them about it, they won't catch out to it.
Always.
But that's why that one could be waking doing what they doing or the rest of their life because they don't got no capacity to realize.
And
this don't make no sense.
Other places that have no disabled parking sign on the stones, the parking stones aren't painted blue, and so
and businesses should be made to adhere to that and upkeep that as well.
They don't. The parking stones I've seen.
They could take the disabled shoppers' money. They could at least maintain the spot for them.
They have a cone there, mind you. So when you try and park it, they tell you, no, that's for the disabled, but it's not painted blue.
And I've seen some people move the car and park the car there, and the security say nothing after that.
What can they say? It's not painted blue. If it's painted blue, it will give the security more power.
Regardless if it's painted or not, if I tell you that's a marked spot and that's for disabled, and you proceed to go there, then they should call the record and throw you behind our ears what they should do. Because you're showing no respect to the spot or now the institution whose security officer is saying you can't park there.
Yeah,
that's another way to make an example of them too. Well, I already put the call out for two of my homeboys from way back years without fail, Pablo and Weatherman. Trust me, that's two of the best. Some people can get yuck up and move out of these spots, or they can get booted. It coming. It ain't going. It coming.
Oh yeah, it needs to come.
All right, let me get to these other calls, man. Have a great weekend, eh? Talking Heads. Talking Heads.
Naughty.
Hey.
Naughty.
What's going on, Punkinito?
Alrighty, I just said to stop people from parking the disabled parking so I get to my main point. They need to start charging them. Road traffic need to amend it where you park in disabled parking, you pay $500. And the person who take the picture need to take the picture of the car license plate and put it in the newspaper.
Got to do something, Punkinito. Get your people on it. Get me the pictures. You know I can do what I can.
Right. No, I won't see it. Take the picture. And also road traffic need to amend it. But listen, let's talk football. What are you talking now?
You're talking football 5 o'clock, but what you got?
What I got Dolphins looking good. You know better than that, right?
No, I got plenty better than that. Call me 5 o'clock, Pumpkin, so you can talk on your Dolphins.
Right. I call you to talk about the game I saw yesterday.
All right, we can talk about that too, so call me right in the 5 o'clock. I get that.
But in closing, take the picture of the disabled parking and send it to road traffic, and also road traffic need to amend it, where you charge people for doing that.
Gotcha.
That's the only way I can stop.
I bet you know we're on the same team on that. Call me in 5 o'clock, Pumpkin. Let's go to the next one. Talking Heads.
Good afternoon, Naughty. How are you?
How are ya? Well, I ain't heard from you in a little while.
I've been texting. You see all them texts?
Yeah. Your fingers must be tired. That's why you're calling now. Okay, so what you got for me?
No, I just texted a while ago, but I need to call because, this disabled parking is really something that I am really, annoyed about because everywhere you go, especially Southwest Plaza and Super Value in Carmichael, they always park in the spots. People park and they don't care. And they look at you. I remember the other day I look at the girl and she likes to kill me. But how the way she look at me because I look at her because she's parking the spot. They don't have no respect for disabled people in this country or elderly people in this country. None. But you see, in the States, they have on those spaces that you would be charged $2,000.
But this kill me is we go to the States and we obey those laws, but we break them here at home.
Man, listen here. We'll walk from here to Bay Street and not before we park in one of those disabled spots because they know there's a consequence. They know something will happen and they will also get their car towed away. But here, they say they can boot the cars, but they don't boot them. If they make an example of a few people, then it'll be much better.
I think we got to make some examples though. Good stuff.
Yes, and they need to pass legislation to say that that they'll be charged if they park in those spots. Something needs to be done. I don't know what happened to our legislators. They don't do anything that needs to be done in this country that's important. That don't take a minute for them to go in there and pass that.
All right. Good.
And all this, if they want to make some money, they only have to do is beat these red lights. 2 and 3 cars run the red light. You better not pull off Naughty when that light turns green because they will hit you.
Good stuff.
Gotta be careful.
Have a good weekend, eh? Always good to hear from you. Be safe now. Good points too. All right, let me get to this text. And text, my goodness, I see you was trying to be funny, so I can go ahead and read it. But again, leave the jokes to the professionals, okay? Naughty, I must congratulate whoever the consulting group for traffic and parking advice that was hired by the Harbor Bay Shopping Center. By adding so many speed bumps, narrowed the roads, has made them one direction only. By driving on the right, like in the U.S., the parking lot has become more congested and unsafe. Wait until an emergency vehicle like an ambulance or police vehicle needs to come to the shopping center for an emergency. Then it would be difficult to access the shopping center in a timely and safe manner. What were they thinking? I don't even want to go to that shopping center anymore because of this inconvenience and safety issue. I went to the shopping center during a slow period when there was no traffic and it was difficult to navigate. So I can only imagine when the Christmas holidays come around, it will be a nightmare in that shopping center to park and drive through. They have done, and what has been done. Also, please check the parking lot at the mall at Marathon. They paved over Bahamian bottle brush trees. Wow. I got to double check that other one. Yeah. I can double check that one, Texter. Thank you. But I agree with you on the Harbor Bay situation. That parking is terrible. Absolutely horrendous. And I've seen it from all angles. It's crazy. The minister is in charge of making legislation for disabled parking, but is too busy trying to sell BPL or give it away. Which one? Naughty security should be made, should make the individual remove the car or have it towed. They wouldn't do it again. That's what I'm saying. Too many security just stand by and say, man, they don't pay me enough to take on this fight. Naughty, the Union Building on Wolf Road near John Shea and St. Barnabas, the parking is crazy. Customers park in the no parking signs and continuously block the entrance. The person who runs the store in the Union compound is suffering. Sometimes the delivery truck can't get in. Persons park and they don't block the entrance and walk across the road. And they block the entrance and walk across the road to shop. Wow. Naughty, I'm with that previous texter. I hate the new parking lot set up in Harbor Bay. It's atrocious. It's crazy. But listen, before we get to the 5 o'clock, I mean, we've talked about a lot, but, you know, I want you guys to think about this. Naughty SQ scared they can get shoot. They done rob Starbucks twice in Harbor Bay. What next? Oh, God. Ay, Jesus. Y'all are really wrong and off the chain on Friday. But I'll come next week. All right? And I wanted to ask this earlier, but obviously we got, you know, on a good topic in defending the disabled again, but, you know, I have no problem with that because this needs to be changed. And people need to do better. But some people, you know, texted in and said, Naughty, we got to bring back, you know, capital punishment. We got to bring back the cane. I want you to think about it over the weekend. I mean, you can chime in now if you have something off the top of your head. But over the weekend, think about it because I want to talk about this next week. What can we do? All right? And what do you guys think we can do as a society to get a handle on all of these murders? What can we do? Joe Public. There's some things that, I mean, there's a ton of things we can do. And I think each branch of society needs to be involved. And I think if one branch steps forward, i.e. like Joe Public, then maybe we can get the administration to the table, and then the police force to the table, and then the religious body to the table, and then the school system to the table, and get all hands on deck and get this think tank going in order to remedy this problem. We've let it go unattended for far too long. Now the chickens have come home to roost, and they're the size of pterodactyls, and they're raining terror everywhere. And we created it. We got us into it. We got to get us out of it. So there's not time to politicize it or finger point. We got to come together as Bahamians and figure out how we're going to deal with this situation. But I want you to think about it because next week we're going to talk about it some more too. Naughty, if no hanging, how about the cat of nine tails for murderers? All going there. Naughty, it makes complete sense considering how you have to exit. Enter Shirley Street or East Bay. I think they did a bad job of communication about the concept. Makes sense. Were you one of the designers of that boo-boo project? Are you one of the owners of Harbor Bay? Are you family or friends to one of the designers or the architects? Because I don't care how you try to sell me that. That don't make no sense up there. But you could send me the communication so I could try to understand what their concept was. Because they didn't take into consideration everyday Bahamian society. Nor did they take into consideration the disabled. Nor did they take into consideration we don't read. So, hey, you should have broke it down a lot better. Radio commercials, community announcements, let them know it's going to be a change. Not just come in, this is the change, and this is what we expect. No relation. Hey, I think distant cousin texter. You answered back too quick saying no relation. Anyway, let's get to the break. Flip side of the break. Cuban Willie's numerology report coming up, all brought to you, of course, by the Island Game. Great first hour. Everybody who chimed in, called in, texted in, good stuff. Talking football in the 5 o'clock hour. Clint will be in the building. Earl the Pearl will be in the building. And we'll be talking NFL and nothing else. Don't call me trying to talk politics. All right? And Sparky, don't call me. You still banned. I showing you how stupid I really am. Let's go to the break.
Give God the thanks and praises. I've been on my own. But we ain't never left alone.
You try to rest, but roll with the best. For all your printing needs, there ain't no one better, no. For posters and banners, magazines and flyers. For windows, greeting cards and newsletters. No job too big and there's no job too small. You name it, we can print it. Just give us a call. Let Print Masters bring your masterpiece to life.
Located in the Nassau Guardian Building, telephone 302-2361.
KFC Bucket Meals, now with large sides. Make your wallet happier with a KFC Family Bucket featuring 8 pieces of juicy chicken, family fries, and 4 biscuits that feeds 4. A KFC Deluxe Bucket with 10 pieces of delicious chicken, 2 larger sides, and 4 biscuits that feeds 4 to 6. Or a KFC Party Bucket with 15 pieces of our chicken, 3 larger sides, and 6 biscuits that feeds 6. And we'll handle the dishes, plates and utensils included, so you can lick your fingers in peace. KFC knows value, and it's finger-licking good.
The Grand Bahama News is available every Tuesday in the Nassau Guardian. You can buy your local paper at Freeport convenience stores, Western Bakery, DeGregory's Fine Foods, and Bellevue Gifts. Now is the time to reach your Grand Bahama market with affordable packages, including print and digital. Call GB News sales representative Kavandre at 822-6717 or message him on WhatsApp for ad rates. Classified ads are now available every Tuesday as well. Keep up with everything Grand Bahamian every Tuesday in the Nassau Guardian.
Bahamas, along with Alpha Sounds presents the best of the best Rake and Scrape Explosion Reloaded. This is the biggest one-day all-Bahamian concert of the year, featuring KB, D-Mac, Abby, Mama D, Fan Sean, Shine 242, The Falcons, and more. Mark your calendars. It's going down November the 2nd at Super Club Races Ground. Tickets now available at BahamasEtickets.com or both Beauty Shack locations. General admission $60. VIP Skybox and Skypods also available. For more info, call 394-0819 or email keepthevibealive242@gmail.com. Experience the magic once again with more legends for one night only. Come party with us November 2nd at Best of the Best Rake and Scrape Explosion Reloaded.
All I do is win, 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 no matter what.
Feeling lucky? Here's Cuban Willie's numerology report. Brought to you by the Island Game.
Wepa, soy Joe Cuban Willie, and it's Friday, baby. It's the weekend, that's what I'm talking about. And it's time for the 3-ball and the 4-ball special in my numerology report brought to you, of course, by the Island Game. And your 3-ball for the weekend, the 2-2-2, 2-2-2. 3-ball is the 2-2-2. And the 4-ball, 8277 8277 8277. That's your 3-ball and your 4-ball for the weekend. Play them and win.
Gonna give you a check every week for a year. Percy's Pension Plan, Island Game, keep you winning. Percy's Pension Plan, dream big, we will help you live it. Percy's Pension Plan, Island Game, we got you. Percy's Pension Plan, from the friends you can trust. If winning is a must, go play the game you know, cause your best chance is with us. The most trustworthy name is Percy's Island Game. So put 20 on your account and ride this easy train at Percy's Island Game.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty. Only on Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM.
They say the sun and I shine for.
Talking Heads with Naughty is Burger King, the Cancer Treatment Centers of America, the Cleveland Clinic, Eddie Minnis Live, ESC Distributors Limited, Fine Threads, John's Department Store, Dorcas Wilds, KFC, Naughty Johnny's, Percy's Island Games, Prince Masters, and Tropical Gyros.
Oh, no, 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 no. Baby, tell me where you gone. I've been feeling for your love so long. We can praise God in the moonlight. Baby, if you with me, better do right. And I've been gone too long. And I'm hoping that you sing my song. I've been on this road for way too long. I've been hoping that we all get along. These roads of flames are catching a fire. Showed you I loved you, you called me a liar. Give God the thanks and praises. I've been on my own.
Well, I got you on the Friday, September 6th edition of Talking Heads. We're into the 5 o'clock hour. 5:10 p.m. is the time. We are talking sports. Early Pearl is in the building. We got Clint zoomed in.
House.
What's going on, Clint?
What's up, bro?
Right here, buddy. Ready to talk some football.
Ready to talk some football. So, right, you know what? Everything in life needs mood music. So, with that being said, Mr. Producer, if you will, please. Y'all feel better now?
Much.
Y'all ready to go?
Much.
Y'all ready to come out the locker room? Y'all fired up?
Lost my party.
I know. I know, man. Everybody was fired up. We're going to recap last night's game in a second. We'll talk about tonight's game, obviously, and then we'll get to the picks. But obviously, we're going to do our division breakdown so everybody knows, what we're thinking, who we like in each division, and who our Super Bowl contenders are going to be. Let's get to the phone lines real quick. Get this call out of the way. Talking Heads.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What's going on?
I told you I'm an hour away.
Oh, God. Listen, we about to get into some serious talk. We know where you was last night on the brim. You and the tidy ball man was talking.
And he probably got some good story. That's just the start of the season.
You and the tidy ball man was talking. I know you. I know your Facebook contributions. I know your radio contributions.
Dumping bricks.
Man, listen here. I know where you was. You and the tidy ball man was hanging out till you saw that toe hit the line, and then you was like, Musa, here I am.
You ain't just
listen to this.
And I ain't just know you.
Oh, Lord. Here we go.
You know, I ain't never scared, and I ain't never running. And I don't know what the brim look like.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
What the brim look like. Listen.
Can I let you know that you're at least in mid-season form already? I want you to know that.
Listen, I got two words for you when people talk about who's scared and who ain't scared. 13 seconds. Go ask Buffalo, but 13 seconds.
And you gonna tell me we're bringing up the undefeated season? You can't never tell me that no more, Naughty. You can never tell me that again, Naughty. You can never tell me to bring up that 13 seconds. That's years ago, man.
13, I'm just saying, it's Mahomes. It's Mahomes.
That yesterday wasn't Mahomes.
Listen to me.
As a combination of the referees.
Game of Thrones, right? You know the rule in Game of Thrones, right? Whoever got the biggest, baddest dragon, win.
Okay.
You got the biggest, baddest dragon in
the
hold on. And let me beg the devil, unless you're the Ice King and you got the biggest, baddest ice spear, and you pluck them out of the air and turn them into a matchstick.
Because Mahomes is the biggest, baddest dragon and king.
And remember now, hold on, remember now, it ain't no point having a dragon if you don't know how to ride the dragon. You see what I'm saying?
Don't worry about that.
You scratch and burn.
Last night.
And remember, you get a little nobody named Arya with a piece of dragon glass, and what happened to you? Gone.
Listen, we ain't going nowhere, okay? We ain't going nowhere, and everybody know it, okay?
Listen.
He always plays really well against every other team, and he always plays a little bit tougher than us.
On a football note, it's exactly like what I said. You give Andy Reid 2 weeks to prepare for somebody who's like 28-4.
You think that team was prepared last night?
Yeah, because he had some nice wrinkle gadgets.
They look like a Super Bowl team last night.
I'll be honest with you. The play
you gotta be kidding me.
No, Purdy, I'm talking about the gadget plays drawn up. The play that Xavier Worthy was decent. That was great. Nobody saw that come up.
Yeah, that was a really good.
Then the 47-yard touchdown, used him to a key. It's going to be in spurts with that kid. It's not going to be every down. But when they choose to pull out the Corvette or the Lamborghini can score.
But I noticed.
He's so fast. By the time he had the ball in his hands, he was already in the end zone. I think that is incredible.
Yeah, it was.
And I think you got some with Pacheco. He's getting more and more confident. The defense is strong. Look, y'all are looking good. I think the only thing that could beat Kansas City is Kansas City.
Thank you. I mean,
the secondary week. The secondary week.
Our best wide receiver, Juju drop a touchdown.
Secondary week. Don't start talking about who dropped touchdown and stuff, because you can start looking at some mistakes Lamar Jackson make, bad pass and things like that. So let's leave that one alone. Let's leave
I wouldn't say their secondary is weak, though. I mean, the linebackers had to commit to watching Lamar or Derrick Henry or Hill out the backfield. So of course they were able to throw on them when they wanted to, likely 111 yards.
Yeah. Couldn't catch nothing for nothing last night. All right.
Mark Andrews didn't even play. 2 catches?
Covered with our best safeties, our best linebackers, like Chenal coming up the line. The same way that they were covering Kelsey as the primary receiver, big time in the first half, and it wasn't until a couple of them other fellas opened up that they started to have to play Kelsey one-on-one, and then you saw Mahomes able to go to him in the third quarter. That's football.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Well, we appreciate your insight early rather than late, but now we got to get down to the division breakdowns in tonight's game.
Just remember, the AFC West division is over. That one over. You ain't got to worry about that. You ain't got to worry about the AFC title game. You ain't got to worry about none of that stuff. So you can start working backward now. We'll work from that point backward. You all have a good weekend.
You too, my brother. And we want to let you know that you are that guy already in week 1. You're that guy. So just know that when it does happen.
13 seconds into the season, he's that guy.
He was. Listen, Mahomes did his thing last night, right? I don't have a problem with that. Mahomes did his thing. But at the end of the day, we also know that Kansas City has its moments. And you got to catch them when they have their moments. We still haven't seen them go up against a team that could score with them, that could run with them. And there's a few teams out there that can run with them. So we'll see. But at the moment, in the AFC, Kansas City looks strong. They do. You have to give it to them, like them or not. And Baltimore doesn't look that bad because I think Baltimore makes the adjustments to play them in an AFC title game a lot closer and a lot better.
I know one thing.
Because you still add in parts in there, and Baltimore has to go and get a solid number 2 to go with Zay Flowers.
Yeah,
Bateman is not the answer.
He's not. Even though he had a big catch.
Likely is a good replacement for...
Very good.
For Andrews.
Yep.
To make that offense tick in Baltimore. And I'll tell you another thing. Let Derrick Henry develop. That running game is going to be nasty.
Isn't that exactly what I said yesterday? They don't have who's the number 2, and you're like Bateman. I'm like, exactly.
You did say that, yeah.
So at the end of the day, you're gonna need to make a trade or get some people in there. All right, let's look at divisions. We're gonna start off in the AFC. All right, and I'll be honest with you. It's a lot of football to be played, but over in that AFC, I'm looking at the teams. And me personally, I think it's going to be a 2-team race between the Dolphins and the Jets. I think the Patriots are in rebuild mode. Their Camelot has crumbled. They're years away. They have to rebuild. I think the Bills are starting their rebuild. They've lost on defense. They've lost on offense. Let's see what they can do. I got a couple of question marks by them. The Jets are put as the number 2 squad simply because, listen, you got Aaron Rodgers, you got Garrett Wilson, you got a solid defense, you got a running game. Those are things that make Rodgers successful.
Yeah, but hold on.
Now you also got the issue that there's rumors that there's friction in the locker room already.
Yeah, there's rumors.
So we'll see how that pans out. But it boils down to me on paper, the best 2 teams on paper, the Jets, number 2, the Dolphins, number 1. And I like the Dolphins to win that division. And your schedule helps too. You don't have too many cold weather games on the back end of it.
We do have a tough schedule in the back end because you're playing the better teams in the back end of it, which Miami needs to be like 7-1 or 5-2 at the end of the first half in order to have a good run. I don't think the Jets are going to be as good as the selling on the Aaron Rodgers name. And that's the best way I can put it. We don't know he's 40 years old. He's coming off a major injury. You don't know what you're going to get with him. You don't know if he's going to be the same person. And they've already given, some people are trying to give the Jets that division already. I still think Buffalo's going to be a factor in that division. I think the only team that is totally out of it is the Patriots. I think Miami will win the division, but I think Buffalo will be the team that comes second.
What say you, Clint?
Yeah, I mean, Buffalo... They're rebuilding. I don't see them as much of a threat. The Patriots, just forget about that. It really is between the Dolphins and the Jets. And I don't know. I'm not being a Dolphin hater. Please don't take it that way. I look at football.
But you can be on this show with no problem.
I know, but the people talking, and I look at the players from fantasy perspectives, and I know all the players and how they play and what they're supposed to do. But I just like how they put together the Jets with Breece Hall coming together and finally healthy. And Rodgers was never a running quarterback anyways. You don't got to worry about him having to run and hurt himself again. Yes, he is older, but he's also one that can sit back in the pocket, and he's seen every single defense that you could throw at him. So he knows what's coming. And I like the Jets to win the division, to be honest with you.
Okay. All
right, let's get the caller. I see we'll get to you in one. Well, let's take the call now so we can get to the other division. Talking Heads.
Probably Muff.
Yeah, brothers. What's going on, man? How y'all feeling?
Be good, Muff. What's going on, Muff?
Well, everything. So, Bailey.
Yes.
Only 4 days rest between our first game and our second game.
No.
Yeah, man, we got Thursday night game.
Oh, really? That quick?
Yeah, we second game, Thursday night game against the Bills.
Oh, I didn't know it was that quick. I didn't realize it was that quick.
So only 4 days rest. 1 game Sunday plus and 1 game Thursday. Right after that. He played Dolphin to watch, go see how teams supposed to play so the Cowboys could know what to do. You know?
But I almost cut you just now. I almost drop you quick, you know.
Well, hey, what happened, right? Lamar still ain't ready, man. He ain't ready, man.
No, man, listen, you can't say that. Just do that 273 yards passing, 122 yards rushing. If it wasn't for a size 13 when you needed a size 12 and a half, they scored a touchdown on the back line.
Not only that, the play before that, Flowers was open. The one when likely.
That's where I give him. That's where I give him problems for. You know, he needed to make that play. I needed that.
He realized the minute he released the ball, it was an error and throw. He knew that.
Exactly. And then the play with likely almost get injured on. That was a bad throw. He could have thrown it to the pile line, to the back of the a little better than that. He ain't had to jump up in there high to try to get it. And then when next pass where the fella blocked, knocked down, he could have just sailed that over, floated that over like a rainbow to the back of the pile line, and then the catcher get that. He threw that so bad, tell the father fella bat that down to the ground. He need to be more accurate with his passes, man.
Man, hindsight 2020, huh?
Yep.
Hey, Naughty.
Yeah.
So you and Roscoe, you all is way close.
Yeah, mate.
I see why you're so smart, but I see why Roscoe's smarter than you, because Roscoe's a Miami Dolphin. But I do Fridays from now.
No. We ain't good at that. The only reason they signed Roscoe out of the hospital that day was because Dr. Rosson was a Dolphin, Lord bless the dead. If that wasn't the case, they'd still had him there in a straitjacket waiting to get out.
So you the 13th?
No, I said very good. I on the 20th.
20th. Oh, you just made the cut.
Yeah,
You just made the cut.
The 20th of what? The 20th of August or the
September.
Oh, you them special set of Virgo. You ain't with a real Virgo. You the special set. You bought a line with them other set.
Yeah, I haven't talking about those Saturday. You and
all right, you better have my bottle there too.
I can tell you about it. All right, yeah.
All right, Muff. Be safe, man. Yes, that's the Muffter.
My big Miami fan.
All right, let's get to the AFC North. And you got the Ravens, the Bengals, the Steelers, the Browns. Listen, to me, this is a very, very tight division. There's a lot of parity in this division, and this division always plays each other tough. So right now, I have to say from what I'm seeing on paper, I got to go with the Steelers as the 4th seed until our quarterback situation is rectified.
And I understand that he has an calf tightness. He may not even play.
Correct.
Yeah, he's not going to
play. Then we got the Browns. Look at this. You got Eric Sawyer calling now. You know, 49er Nation will have a say. 49er Nation will have 49er. You could call in. Don't call me personal. Call the numbers. You know you be here with Aaron. You know the numbers. You know where to call. Don't call me personal on the side, 49er. Call me direct. Hanging up on you now.
Go ahead, Nutty.
Yeah, so I like the Browns. I mean, the Bengals is that 3rd team in there. I like the Browns as the 2nd team, and I still like the Ravens to win that division.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, yeah, of course, the Ravens win that division.
And the reason why is the jury is out on Deshaun Watson. The jury is definitely out on him. Let's go to the phone lines. Let me see if this Eric, so I can line him up to call in. That's Eric, right? I could smell the 49er from here. I could smell the Rice-A-Roni San Francisco treat from here. What's going on?
Oh, my God.
Well, you think I play,
No, you don't play. You playing cute. You playing cute, calling the cellular phone. You know the numbers. You was calling Aaron all the time.
To find out if you got space and time, I was leaving office now to come. I supposed to be in the
well, you stay. No. Just next Friday you need to be here, but this Friday just hang tight. I can hit you back when we hit the NFC. We're in the AFC right now. As soon as I hit the NFC,
just get free.
So get yourself together, and you listening. I can tell you chime back in, Mr. Producer, waiting on you to chime in.
No, man, text it to me because there's something wrong.
No problem. We can make sure to call in. Yeah, man, for sure. And I hear that calf injury might be early onset of a ACL situation going on with McCaffrey. I want you to break that down for me too. All right. So we'll be hearing from Eric. That's 49er Nation. But yeah, I like. That's how I see the division. How you see it there, Clint?
Yeah, I see the Ravens coming out there on top. I'm really worried about the Bengals. T. Higgins isn't going to play on Sunday. Jamar Chase, who knows how long that's going to go for.
Hold on, T. Higgins is out?
Yeah.
Yep, he's out. He's not playing.
What happened to him?
I think he's doubtful. On the more side of out.
Yeah.
So they're not going to really have anybody out there the first game.
Man, I wish I would have known that, man. I might have had to pull that back and say, New England. I'm going to take New England in the points now, but I
Yeah,
bet
but
it.
the thing that was hurting me, but this is Jamar Chase is saying he probably play, but he'll be limited. So that hurt me fantasy-wise.
No, Jamar Chase is saying that because he wants that contract, buddy.
I know.
If T. Higgins was playing, Jamar Chase wouldn't even see the field. So that's why I have them third, too. I agree with you. A lot of issues going on there and injuries.
And the Steelers got their own issues as well. They can't pick a quarterback. Mike Tomlin don't like either of them.
Yeah.
And then they can't decide on a running back between Najee and Warren. It's just too many pieces.
I'm telling people this will probably be the first year in many years that the Steelers will not have a winning record. And the people like me get crazy.
You might be right on that one there, Pearly. You might be right on that one. AFC South. Now, this one right here, I think is the Texans' division to win, and everybody else bringing up the rear.
No, I think this is the Texans. You're right.
I like right and be the leader and make the playoffs. But I like the Colts when it's all said and done to be in the second spot.
As a wild card or no?
No, the Jags. Sorry, the Jags as the wild card in the second spot.
No, I think the Colts.
The Colts come up third. I think they do some division spoiling, but I think they end up third. And hot smoking last is the Titans. They got too much question marks.
I don't think any team is going to come out that division in the wild card. I think the Texans will win the division, and that's it.
I think the Jaguars are going to be close enough to get in there. I think the Jaguars, have a shot at it. What say you, Clint?
Yeah, I agree. Texans are so powerful. I like the Jags. I like the Colts, all three of them. That's going to be a fun division to watch this year. But I do think that the Jaguars will sneak in as a wild card. They've got so many weapons. They're a strong team. And Trevor Lawrence is a good quarterback. ETN's a great runner. Evan Ingram is like one of the best tight ends over the last few years.
They got no D.
They made some improvements on the defense, though.
Okay.
I mean, I think that they got a punch in that playoff picture, Pearly. I wouldn't count the Jags out at a playoff.
All right.
Considering, you look at a division like the North, you may just have the Ravens qualify. The Bengals, the Steelers, and the Browns may have issues.
I mean, the Colts are strong, too. Don't forget about Jonathan Taylor.
But they got injuries. But if they're healthy, yeah, and you look at the AFC West we're about to slide into now, it's the Chiefs and everybody else. And I think none of that division make the playoffs outside of the Chiefs.
Oh, everyone else in there is garbage.
Yeah, all right.
I would say maybe the Chargers come second.
No.
And Broncos come third, but it's going to be...
I see this as the Chiefs, the Raiders, the Broncos, the Chargers. I think the Chargers just too early in that rebuild.
I think the Chargers will be better than the Broncos.
Okay.
I do too. I think the Chargers will be better than the Broncos, but none of them are going to be even close to the Chiefs.
No, they won't.
So that allows a team.
Who's the Raiders starting quarterback, Clint?
Minshew.
Raiders?
Yeah.
Gardner
Minshew.
I only asked you that because you picking them to come second. That's why I asked you that.
Yeah, Minshew.
I didn't pick the Raiders to come second. They come in dead last in that division.
Okay.
No, so the Raiders going to beat the Broncos and the Chargers in that division.
No, I say the Raiders are going to be last in the division.
And I agree with you, Clint, on that one.
I don't think so.
Yep.
If there's anybody who could be hot smoking last, it's going to be the Chargers. They got too many questions.
No way. I like that team. Herbert, what's that kid's name? McConkey and Palmer's now going to be the true wide receiver one.
Yeah, but they got injuries on the line, and Harbaugh's there. I think once Harbaugh has a year to put his imprint on that team, they're going to be heck to pay next year. I think they're going to have some growing pains this year. Let's get to the break. Flip side of the break, we'll get to the NFC. And of course, we'll make way for Eric Sawyer to join us to have 49er Nation. They think they're so important. They ain't won a Super Bowl in 30 years, but oh, Lord, they like to be relevant. So we'll talk to, everybody at the round table as the Friday, September 6th edition of Talking Heads continues right after this. And we need that mood music going to the break, Mr. Producer. It's football season, man. We got to make this thing right. We got to stay motivated. We got to stay ready to go for game time.
Dun, 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 dun.
We getting it right now. All right. I can let you do your studio fade and take us to the break with the mood music.
Gonna give you a check every week for a year. Percy's Pension Plan. Island game, keep you winning. Percy's Pension Plan. Dream big, we will help you live it. Percy's Pension Plan. Island Game, we got you. Percy's pension plan, from the friends you can trust. If winning is a must, go play the game you know, cause your best chance is with us. The most trustworthy name is Percy's Island Game. So put 20 on your account and ride this easy train at Percy's Island Game.
Living with a neurological condition shouldn't define you. At Cleveland Clinic in Florida, we do whatever it takes to make life better today while discovering new treatments for a brighter tomorrow. From epilepsy management to specialized spine care and brain tumorology care. For the day-to-day, for the days you live for every care in the world. Visit clevelandclinicflorida.org/Caribbean.
Are you tired of the same old 5K runs? Want something more? Then get ready for the Chick Charney Challenge City Run on September 28th, starting at Crypto Wild. Test your strength, stamina, and spirit. It takes all of you to dodge, climb, conquer obstacles as you race through the heart of the city. Lace up and get to the Chick Charney Challenge City Run. Register now on our website, chickcharneychurn.com, or on our social media pages. Brought to you by Colina, Island Yogurt, Advantage Insurance, Art of Graphics, Crypto Wild, and Guardian Radio 96.9.
You're listening to Talkin' Heads with Naughty. Only on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM.
We're back at ya. Dexter, Naughty, tell Brady he's dead wrong. The Steelers will have a winning season.
On PlayStation.
Thank you, Clint. I was about to say
something. Yeah.
Dexter, I want you in week 6, text me and tell me the same thing. Tell me the same thing. You don't have a quarterback. You don't even know who your quarterback you want to be his quarterback. Your head coach, like Lindsay, don't like either quarterback.
That is true. You're trying to make it sound like you like both, but he can't stand neither.
Yeah, but don't worry about the text. I get. You can run me all you want. My girl is a Steeler fan too, and I teasing her.
All right, Naughty, as you know, the best professional wrestler ever, Ric Flair, said, in order to beat a man, you got to beat the man. Woo! In this case, this applies to the Kansas City Chiefs. It doesn't make sense to hype up any other team right now. They got to prove themselves throughout the season. Right now, Kansas City is the team to beat for better or worse. Patrick Mahomes is the man right now since Tom Brady retired. Now this is a do-or-die season for Lamar Jackson, Trevor Lawrence, Joe Burrow, Deshaun Watson, Tua, Dak, Derek Carr, and Russell Wilson. They're all in the same boat, average quarterbacks. They have to prove themselves this season, or they should get the boot and be relegated to journeyman quarterback or backups. We shall see what Tua proves this season, especially if we get in that big contract. I expect Tua to be just like Ezekiel Elliott when the Cowboy contract can be a bust. Aaron Rodgers needs to prove himself this season. First of all, I'm sorry for whatever the Dallas Cowboys did to you, or if you young to your daddy, and indirectly it came through the genes into you. I'm sorry you probably beat up on your team over the years, because I don't see why you got to throw poor Ezekiel Elliott in there with a Tua comparison. Not that I'm defending Zeke and all this, but at the end of the day, you scarred. You got issues. You're going all over the globe, all over the radar, picking at everybody, trying to rock at everybody quarterback.
And he probably was a Brady fan, now kissing up the Mahomes. You know, but him is they can't stick with the one
I would love to know how long.
They ain't loyal.
I would love to know how long it's been the Kansas City Chiefs.
No, it hasn't been long, because you can count on one hand the Kansas City Chiefs in this country. All of a sudden, everybody's Kansas City Chiefs.
Without Googling it, could you tell me who Art still is in the hierarchy of Kansas City Chiefdom? Or could you tell me who Bill Kenny is? Huh? No, I thought not.
Probably not.
Or Lord Bless the Dead, Joe Delaney, and the story behind that?
Yep.
if you know about the Chiefs. Or you could tell me about Derek Thomas, 8 sacks. See, one thing about me, I may not be a fan of a team, but I watch teams as every Sunday.
Yep.
So I need to know what your pedigree in Kansas City is.
So
How long you been
what's going to happen? Mahomes is going to be the new Brady. Because if you listen to the announcers last night, oh my God, I mean, they were trying to they were all in his jock strap last night. It was all Mahomes this, Mahomes that. And that's what's going to happen. You're going to have a bunch of y'all jump on board, be Mahomes fan because they think Kansas is going to win it this year. And plenty of y'all can get your heartbreak.
Ah, boy. Dexter, you said alienated my audience. The show is only about the NFL, but I bet you wish it was on your station, eh? See,
this show, yes, is only about the NFL today because it's the beginning of the NFL
No, but
season.
I just showing you we got all kind of people listening, even GMs salivating and wishing they still out. I ain't even gonna go there. I can leave that alone. I'm upset this time of year. They it is get to them. Let's get to the phone lines. Talking heads.
This is the spot of the year, to be honest.
All right. Well,
Here we have Eric Sawyer here, ladies and gentlemen.
It is me. It is I.
It is you.
It is me.
So yeah, listen, we can talk.
So is McCaffrey out for the season? Or afraid to say
I
so?
hope we.
What's really going on?
I really hope we sit him 2 or 3 games. To be quite honest, like off record.
Uh-huh.
No, if we sit him 2 or 3 games, get that calf together because that's the Kevin Durant injury. You know.
Okay.
Let's not push him. You know, we have ourselves a new young, not really a bell cow, but we got a nice young running back there that can take some blows the first 2-3 games till the games start to really matter. You know, let him sit down and rest. Now on record, yeah, but let McCaffrey play. But that's number 23. That's the bonus. But off record, sit him.
Okay. Well, let's. I know Naughty wants to have a long talk about his NFC East, so I would recommend we look at the NFC East last. Let's talk about the West right now. So, I mean, Clint.
Yes, sir.
Who you pick?
Out of the West?
Yeah.
It has to go through San Francisco. I mean, the Cardinals, I like what they're doing there. I don't think they're there just yet. Their defense is horrible against the pass.
Yes.
They'll be able to put up points, but they won't be able to stop anybody. The Rams are always good. They've got an awesome offense, but Aaron Donald's gone now. Their defense is looking a little sus, and I don't know what's going on with Geno Smith. He's hit or miss.
Yeah.
So I think the 49ers come out there, obviously.
I think the 49ers come out there as well. I think I like Seattle. I think Arizona's going to be like them Merino Dolphins, score a lot of points, score 38 points and give up 40. So I think the 49ers will win the division, and I think between the Rams and the Seahawks, they'll battle for second, and one of those teams will be a wild card team.
I think the Rams gets the wild card over Seattle. I have Arizona with the rebuild, but they're going to be competitive. Seattle at number 3. Then I have the Rams at number 20 because they lost Aaron Donald. I think had he still been there for the defense, considering what they got on offense and everybody's healthy, they could have been a threat to San Francisco. But I think right now they're going to be able to score some points, but I don't think they're going to be able to prevent the points in the long run. So I think San Francisco gets the nod. I have them number 1, the Rams, number 2, the Rams making the playoffs. And unlike other years where the 49ers go and they get to the Super Bowl and be last to lose and earn the moniker 49ers because they haven't won a Super Bowl in 30 years. So they can talk about my Cowboys all they want in 29. 30 still supersedes 29. I think they're gonna buck their toe probably in a divisional round. And not even the NFC Championship game, or possibly. I see divisional round, NFC Championship game for them.
But you know, before sorry you get off.
The reason why I said that too, just before you make your point, is because of the disconnect in the locker room too. Because people who are on the inside, and Eric may not allude to it, but there's a disconnect. There's a rumbling with Shanahan over the Ayuk situation, and there's more brothers in that locker room, talking about the big picture, which is him not being able to get it done as a head coach in the long run. So I think they're going to have some issues there too. That's why I think they break down.
What I really
not a talent situation, but a chemistry.
No, chemistry. What I think they ultimately need to do at that point is to take a page of the U.S. men's gold medal winning basketball team. Just ignore the coach and play, bro.
Yeah. but one concern I do have, I if McCaffrey is hurt, I think that's going to hinder y'all a whole lot this year. I believe, and I don't know if Purdy didn't look good didn't look good in preseason. I don't know. Maybe, that is preseason, so you really can't put much weight on that. But if Purdy is not the Purdy of last year or the year before, I think you guys can be in some issues.
Purdy didn't even play in the preseason last year, period.
But I'm asking you, Clint, and maybe you could chime in on this too, because I needed to be objective. I don't need it to be,
You want a cowboy to be objective when it comes to
no, because I don't want to be saying I'm picking on it. Is this the year that Purdy turns it back into into the pumpkin from Cinderella?
I mean, anytime coaches get a year to study or an offseason to study a rookie quarterback or a sophomore quarterback, they start to figure out tendencies and whatnot. So I do think he takes a step back. I don't think there's any bad chemistry in that locker room. They all understand it's a business. They all understand he wanted to get paid. But if McCaffrey is hurt, that is a big game changer for San Francisco.
That is definitely something. And Eric, you can't run from that. That puts you all in the...
No, man, I'm not running from it.
I mean, Mason, don't get me wrong. I like Mason, the backup. I think he's got a lot of potential. I think he could be a number one back. If he was in Dallas right now, he could be the starter for the Cowboys, like real talk.
Anybody can start for Dallas.
Situation, but he is a very talented young running back.
Yeah.
And he was going to take that job from Elijah Mitchell. San Francisco just smart. They put Elijah Mitchell on IR for another, 8 games, because that's how they do it.
Right.
Stack him.
4 games.
And keep Mason there in case, something go wrong. You got Mitchell to rely back on.
I really feel like we should just start Mason and sit CMC a couple of games, like really well and truly.
I don't think it'll be a total drop off in production. You'll see a hit in production, but I think it's something that McCaffrey brings to that huddle that makes that offense go.
Yeah, because I think he's more, when they know he's back there.
I think he's more the voice in that huddle for Purdy than Purdy is for the team. I think McCaffrey's more the voice.
Well, the players say that it's Purdy, and they were listening to him from the Sardine game, from his first game. He came in and said, "Look, it is what it is. We have injuries. I'm now the starter. Shut up and listen." And so the CMC took a step back and said, "Hey, listen to the man. He's now the new leader. Although I may be a captain, he's the leader of the team." And so, while you do have players, I'm sure that would side with CMC. They are 110% behind Purdy. Purdy is no fall. He may have a slight dip because, yes, like was said by Clint earlier, you got more film on him now. You have a year's more film, but they had a year's worth of film last year. So Purdy on the practice field yesterday, so he'll be back in 4 games, 5 games. When he comes back, I look at him as a big slot receiver for us, which is going to take a lot of pressure off of Debo, having to come up with those tough 3rd and 4, 2nd and 6 yardage situations, nice slants, nice sluggers, because he loves the middle. He loves to get it. And where does Purdy love to throw the ball?
Over the middle. So you might have Kittle and you might have Purcell when he gets out there working over the middle.
Right. Kittle, Purcell, and then if you decide you can slam down on them, well, there's IU blowing the top off of defense.
All right, let's check out the South now, the NFC South, moving from the West.
Yeah.
I think this year the Falcons are the clear-cut favorites. They're the best team on paper. I like the Bucs to be number 2. I like the Saints to be number 3 and the Panthers to be hot smoking last, just because they're rebuilding. I think the Falcons are the only.
I love Kyle Pitts, boy. I love.
I think the Falcons are the only ones that make the touchdown, that make the playoffs in that division. Clint, what say you about the NFC South?
Yeah, I mean, it has to go through Atlanta. They've done so much on the offense, the defense. They finally got a quarterback. Kyle Pitts is going to have himself a year. Drake London is going to look like the number 1 receiver that he is. The Buccaneers, I think they're still a strong team. They've got some weapons, but they're getting older.
Yeah.
But one thing I disagree with you on, and this just may be my take, but I like the Panthers over the Saints.
Really?
Wow.
Deontay Johnson over there is going to make a big difference with Adam Thielen. Their running back, Chuba Hubbard, we all know who he is, but then that kid behind him, Brooks. Wait till he comes back from injury.
But he's out till week 8, though. So
I think the Panthers can be a top 3 pick next year. 4.
Yeah, but he's still not. He's off the pup list, but they still have another 4 weeks to activate him. I don't think he's.
Yeah, but even still, I still think that they're better than what the Saints have now. Kamara, he's He's too used.
The Saints got some nice pieces, but they need to get him out of New Orleans, man. I would love to see Chris Olave somewhere else playing for a contender.
I think Kamara can give you some good maybe the first 5 or 6 games he's going to be good, and after that he's going to be, like you say, he's too used.
Injury prone, injury riddled.
And Derek Carr is just hot garbage.
All right, so let's get these divisions in because we got to get to the picks after the break. We got the NFC North. The Lions, the Vikings, the Bears, and the Packers. I like the Lions to win it, the Packers to be second. I like the Bears to be third, and the Vikings to be fourth.
That's a tough division.
That is a tough division. I like the Lions. I think the Lions, I've watched the Lions progress over the years. I think this is their year to win that division, hands down, and make it probably win at least 1 or 2 playoff games. They could be in the NFC Championship game.
Yep. But
I see the Packers taking that step, brother.
Yeah, I agree. The Lions are definitely the number 1 seed in my. I mean, Jordan Love and the Packers are right there with them.
I think they're overrated.
They're going to be a tough team. Chicago's going to be a tough team as well. But I mean, this is an early bold prediction. But I see the Lions going to the Super Bowl.
Okay. I wouldn't put that down.
Go ahead. Let us have your NFC East.
I the NFC East will fall as it does every year with a new division win again this year. I think it's going to be Eagles. I think the Cowboys will come second. I think the Cowboys got a lot of offense. I think the defense is not going to be good enough to stop the Eagles from winning that division. So I like the Eagles, Cowboys, Commanders, and then the Giants. And I like those 2 top teams to make the playoffs.
What say you, Eric?
I say that you Cowboys have to find a way to beat the good teams. Like, if you can't beat the good teams that you're going to play this year, or find a way to even make it competitive, then yeah, it's the She-Girls. It's the She-Girls for sure. They'll be back. They'll be healthy. They'll be hungry. They'll be embarrassed by their first-round exit last year.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I can see them really putting hurting on you guys if you don't find a way to beat good, not just the Eagles, you know, because look at it, you got 4 wins already in the division, the Commanders and the Giants. Mm-hmm.
All right, Clint, what say you on that division?
The Giants are going to be dead last for sure. Daniel Jones is just as good as Derek Carr, but they're rebuilding. Washington, I like what they're doing there, but they're not going to have enough firepower, and I just don't like that we're getting too many injuries on our secondary. We lost Stephon Gilmore.
Yeah.
Bland is injured. And I think it is the Eagles' division to lose. I think they are going to win the NFC East, and we will get a wild card.
All right, well, here's how I see it. I see the Giants in the 4th position because of the rebuild and Daniel Jones. I see Washington making a jump because of the last place schedule into the 3rd spot. I see Philadelphia remaining second. Dallas breaks the jinx. They become the first.
Did you expect him to say anything else?
No, and I'll tell you why. All of y'all are sitting here avoiding. The Eagles lost 7 straight games to close out the season last year.
That's why they didn't win this year.
No. You know why? It wasn't injury. It wasn't chemistry. It wasn't on the field. It's in the locker room. They got a problem with the coach.
That fixed.
No, it ain't fixed. Because you brought Ferd Fangio in, who was a bust in Miami. You brought in Kellen Moore, who was a bust with the Chargers last year. So you bring in 2 bupkis coordinators who are out of their element. Chicago, Kellen Moore in Dallas. You're looking at the situation. They lost 7 games. They got an issue with Sirianni. The Cowboys get it done. Cowboys, Eagles, Redskins, Giants, Cowboys, and the Eagles make the playoffs.
Save this tape, Mr. Producer. Please save this tape.
And when I'm right, I will remind you again.
What about Saquon Barkley? Is he a no-show?
What about Saquon Barkley? Look at the rushing yards of Saquon Barkley. Highly overrated in New York. And you take it.
He was running behind a porous line.
Running behind a good offensive line now.
No. Hold on. Look at the offensive line in Philadelphia. You got a long in the tooth couple of people right there. Lane Johnson, 1-2. Snaggletooth, he's so old. And you got some injuries, and they lost Kelsey at the center position. So please, pump the brakes in Philadelphia several times. Eat a cheese, taking the ambiance, and see what's going on. They got a lot to do. Let's get to the break. On the flip side of the break, be doing the picks. Get your picking out on, guys. Be 9 minutes away.
gonna give you a check every week for a year. Percy's pension plan. Island game, keep you winning. Percy's pension plan. Dream big, we will help you live it. Percy's pension plan. Island game, we got you. Percy's pension plan. From the friends you can trust. If winning is a must, go play the game you know, cause your best chance is with us. The most trustworthy name is Percy's Island Game. So put 20 on your account and ride this easy train at Percy's Island Game.
Cancer Treatment Centers of America is now City of Hope, creating one of the leading cancer care and research networks from coast to coast, providing more of what you need. Care closer to home. More specialists means more expertise. More research means more breakthroughs. More advancements means more treatment options. And more options means more hope. Learn more at cancercenter.com.
Why can't treat day be every day? Get the new KFC Value Box for only $9.95, packed with one piece of your favorite fried chicken, cheesy mashed potatoes, 3 100% real white meat nuggets, a buttery biscuit, a delicious dessert biscuit, and an ice-cold 16-ounce soda. Name a crunchier deal. You can't. Order your new favorite deal online with Messenger or WhatsApp Hi to 557-3663 to start your KFC order today. KFC knows value, and it's finger-licking good.
John Shoes and Accessories is your one-stop shop for all your footwear needs. You will find what you're looking for among the growing collection of classic and trendy styles with new arrivals every week. John's covers the whole family and has great prices, helpful and friendly customer service. Your experience shopping with us will be time well spent. Shop with us online at www.johnshoes.com. John's also now carries small home appliances, so come on into John's, located on Rosetta Street in Palmdale and Carmichael Road West. John's, we put fashion at your feet.
When you jump in your Japanese import and you turn the radio on, all you hear is... For the month of September, the Hit Spot will install a band extender in your Japanese import for the discounted rate of only $79.99, VAT included. Get your band expander installed today at the Hit Spot and listen to
Star 106.5.
Plus, get fresh news and smart talk on
Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, Nassau, Bahamas.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty. Only on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM.
We're back at you on the Friday, September 6th edition of Talking Heads. Your boy Naughty, along with Earl, Clint, and Eric chiming in with the picks.
All my government names.
This Pearly. But I can't say Clint nickname on the radio. We get in trouble. and then you know, we got Sawyer over in the corner there, the third. Texu just send me all them Eagles. Listen, ain't nobody in here got no love for the Eagles. Don't.
No, not because you all think I picked the Eagles. I think I like them now. Don't get that in your head. Not for a minute. Don't get that in your head for a minute.
You know I don't like them.
I know that.
I speak what I see.
Yeah.
All right, here we go, guys. All right, let's pick them, and we can elaborate a little bit if you want, but just rapid fire because we got about 5 minutes to get it all in. All right, we got a game tonight: the Green Bay Packers and the Philadelphia Eagles.
Okay, let me just say something real quick about this because I've been talking to you about it. I don't understand why the NFL is taking this game to Rio de Janeiro, where the stadium, the rival team wears green. So they hate this team that wears green, and they send the Eagles and the Packers, who both wear green. I don't understand what Goodell is doing.
Well, the Packers wearing white tonight, so I'm glad the Eagles are wearing green. And now we can have maybe a City of God moment in Brazil, and then the Eagles don't come back, and we win the division ahead of time.
Is there an appetite? Is there an appetite for football in Brazil?
I think Brazil has an appetite for all things American. They're very Americanized. So
yeah.
I don't think it'll be a problem. I look at the game tonight, and I say Philadelphia continues that swoon, that locker room disconnect, while the Green Bay Packers continue that thrust that they had last year, that momentum. Young team, beat up on the Cowboys in the playoffs, had the 49ers on the ropes.
I'm taking the Eagles and the points.
If this was in Philadelphia, it might be different. This is on an international stage. I say Green Bay shows their entire butt tonight and beats up on the Packers.
Okay.
I like them. Yeah. I like them 27-20.
Yeah, I like the Packers as well. I think Jacobs is a perfect fit there. And I think it's going to be a good game, but the Packers will win. It'll probably be about a 25-19.
What say you, Sawyer?
Little jet lag.
I say the Packers. I say it's high scoring, 30-21.
Wow.
And I say the Eagles, 28-24.
All right, here we go. Rapid fire the rest of the way, guys. Mr. Producer said we got 4 minutes to get them all in, so let's make it happen. The Colts and the Texans. I like the Texans at home.
I like the Texans.
Texans.
Is Richardson back?
Yeah, Richardson back, but he's back.
Still like the Texans, though.
Bills in Arizona. I think Arizona makes a game of it, but I like Buffalo at home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I like the Cardinals. They're sneaky good this year. Watch out for them.
I can take that in consideration. Yes, indeed. Got the Cincinnati Bengals and the New England Patriots.
Bengals.
I'm taking the Pats. We don't know who's playing.
Yep, Pats and the points might be a good pick.
Point. I hear you say, but I still think the Bengals.
I think the Bengals get it done.
I won't take them at the points, though.
I think they'll win straight out.
I think the Bengals get it done, but it's going to be ugly and disgusting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Saints and the Carolina Panthers is a coin flip for me. I think the Saints are the better team right now, so I'm going to lean in their direction and go with the Saints. Later on, though, Panthers could be a better squad than that.
They at home. I like the Saints.
This is whatever. I don't know where it is, but this is exactly what I was talking about. This is the exact same thing I just finished talking about. I like the Panthers.
Okay.
What you like, Eric?
It's a measuring stick game for the Panthers, but I still like the Saints.
Got that lone wolf.
There you go. Giants and the Vikings. I like the Vikings in this one to get it done. I think Justin Jefferson makes one play that's the difference in the game, and the Vikings win.
It looks like Addison's going to play too.
Sam Darnold.
It doesn't matter. Jefferson's been good with any quarterback back there. So
that is true.
He's quarterback proof.
All right.
I go with the Vikings.
I go Vikings.
Only because I went to school there.
We got the Bears and the Titans. I like the Bears on the road against the Titans. I think Caleb Williams comes out. He's got a lot of offense. He's got a lot of weapons. I think they get it done.
Bears.
The Bears.
All right. The Dolphins and the Jaguars. I like the Dolphins in Miami.
I'm taking the Dolphins and the points.
I don't want to say.
I am not a Sardine fan, but, I'll take the Sardines this one.
Oh, be careful, son. Be careful.
The fish get this.
Good.
We got the Falcons and the Steelers. I like the Falcons to get it done at home over the Steelers.
Falcons.
I'm excited to watch the Falcons this year. They're going to be good.
Falcons, there's something wrong with Russell's calf again. He was pulled again, and Justin was practicing with the number ones all day yesterday and today.
Yep, it looks like he may be the starter. Seattle and Denver. I like Seattle in that one.
I like Seattle.
I'm gonna go on out on a limb here and say Bo Nix gets the first win.
All right, the two of y'all like Denver. Me and Pearlie like the Seahawks. Tampa Bay and Washington. I like Tampa Bay. More experience, better team on paper.
I like Tampa Bay because it's early in the season.
Grinded out game.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be a boring game. Tampa wins.
I like my Dallas Cowboys to get it done in Cleveland. I think we got the better offense. We got an Aubrey field goal late and get it done. But I think it's going to be a tight game, and I think Cleveland going to make some noise in its own right.
I like the Browns because they're home. That's all.
I like the Browns because there's a whole year now that Watson has with his team.
All right, what you got, Clint?
No, Naughty, don't disown me, but I think Cleveland gets this. Too many injuries.
I'm the lone wolf.
Their defense is good. I think Cleveland gets this the first week.
All right, 15. Again, last and final, you got the Lions and the Rams. I like the Lions at home over the Rams.
I like the Lions.
Yep, love the Lions this year.
And I like
the Lions to win, buddy.
And I like the 49ers Monday night. Oh, but we talk that Monday. We talk about that Monday.
Yeah, we'll talk about them on Monday for sure. And I just want to remind everybody before we get out of here, I want to thank Pearlie, Clint, and Eric for chiming in. We'll do it again next week. But don't forget the Big Island game.